everyone! If this is the first time watching my channel, my name is Nael and I make visual stories every week about my experiences as a Caribbean artist. Today we're doing something different because it's a series of videos, so you will be able to watch episodes from Monday through Friday. I contacted a few friends, people from college, people from the blogging days, artists, other creatives I admire, and you to start a conversation. How are we dealing with this whole pandemic situation around the globe? I encourage you to join the conversation down below in the comments and tell us your own experiences. Don't forget to check out everyone featured in this video. I've left all the links and handles in the description box. Without further ado, relax and enjoy!
Hi Niall, it's Sarah, and firstly I really hope that this finds you and all your family well and friends in just this insane situation that we've all found ourselves in. So currently I'm in the UK, I'm on the south coast. I've got friends and family in London but also in other cities around the country, and sort of everybody is dealing with it in various different ways or has been affected by it in various different ways. I'm extremely fortunate to still be in work, as is my partner. We both started to work from home about the beginning of March, and we sit back to back in the living room where I can just work on my laptop, speak to my colleagues again through VC on a daily basis. I actually work in logistics and supply chain. My job has gotten quite busy at certain points in the last couple of weeks. We supply to some of the biggest supermarkets in the UK, and things like household products, household cleaning products, plastic bags, reusable bags, like hand gels and hand wipes. So as you can imagine, that's gone a bit crazy, and it's just been a long process trying to get everything organised and as well as the team in place. But again, like I say, very, very fortunate to still be in work and almost life as normal when a lot of people aren't in this situation. We're, calling friends and family as well on VC. So in terms of loneliness, it's not been such a huge issue. I'm just finding it difficult to adapt to that sort of life and to not really be able to go out to various places. Occasionally we'll go for a walk or we'll have to go to the shops once a week, if that, but to not be able to visit friends and family and to go to all the places that I love has been a bit of a change. It is what it is at the moment. You just have to, deal with it as best you can. In terms of getting food, so like I said, we're sort of going to the supermarket if we need to once a week. We're actually getting some dinners delivered, so we've signed up to a service, and it just means we can cook them at home, go to the shops less. So that's been really handy. In terms of free time, sort of doing a bit of exercise, just sort of evenings are like normal because we're still able to work, thankfully. The weekends are strange, and also just trying to switch off between the evening and when you finished work is really difficult when everything is in your living room, essentially. We've just got to move my desk and my laptop out the way to go back to a living room. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a process to adapt to. I'm struggling a little bit more than my partner because I'm quite used to being sort of out and about and doing things. I get to switch off, when I choose to, not in a case like this where you have to. But it is what it is. Again, you just have to be sensible, listen to the advice and do what's right. You can't really do much more than that. But hope that everybody is, safe as best they can be, and that eventually we'll get through this sooner rather than later, but it's just so much uncertainty.
Hello guys, my name is Luis. I am a writer that cooks for a living. I live in Poland, although I am in Puerto Rico for the meantime until this crisis gets away, since I lost my job over there. And the ways I'm surviving the quarantine is by journaling. I find it is very helpful and soothing in my perspective, in my case. About the loneliness, how do I cope with the loneliness? I'm quarantined for 2 weeks since I just got here from the Schengen zone. Social media has helped me to cope with it fairly easily. I can get in touch with friends from abroad, and I stay connected with the people I love and cherish. I am not getting out of my way. I have been fortunate enough to have my mother help me with the groceries, getting groceries and whatnot. And so for me to avoid social contact. In my position, I did lost the job, but it's just temporarily, and I don't think it's a lost. Just free time for me to finally accomplish what I've been trying to for years. Hopefully, I do finish my editing in these days. I recommend the viewers to either do exercise, a good exercise routine in the morning would help. Do it yourself projects. I find them very helpful and enriching for the soul and mind. And meditation, although it's not as easy as the word it sounds. That's most of what I've been doing. Just writing, a little bit of exercises in the morning. I became a little bit carefree. I stopped shaving ever since it started. In Poland, it started a month ago. Since I was at home, I was not seeing anybody. It became I don't have to worry about it. Well, drawing also helped. And listening to music when you do the chores. When it's cleaning, painting, even painting the house, fixing some old projects that one has not done because one didn't have time. Right now is the best time to do it.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm safe at home. I feel that the local government is handling the situation pretty well. They're giving food and food stamps to those that are in need of it. And they also decided to implement the law of teletrabajo, which is basically where we can work from home, because before we didn't have this law. And I mainly think that it's the people that still keep going out and, well, when they're not supposed to, who are spreading the virus in the country. More so than anything. I had anxiety for the first 2 weeks. I wasn't eating or sleeping well. But I'm not lonely because I'm in the company of my pets and my family. My husband is the only one going out to do the groceries. However, when he does come back, it takes like 2.5 hours to clean all the products he brings. It is hectic, but I want my family to be safe. So as long as it takes, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is to sterilize everything with alcohol, or you can use like 409 or a certain cleaner. For vegetables and fruit produce, the CDC recommended that you basically wash them with soap and water. You can put soap and water inside your sink where you wash the dishes, and then just put them in there and scrub them. My free time is spent playing my Nintendo Switch. I have Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it's been a lifesaver and an anxiety killer. And from time to time, I play the Snack World, the Dungeon Crawl Gold with my husband. I'm also trying to tap into my creative side again, which I kind of left behind because I was so busy with work, and it can be stressful sometimes. So I started singing again. I'm dancing to industrial, agrotech, harsh electro, EBM. I started writing songs and poems after so many years, and I also want to start journaling again on a daily basis. Try not to go crazy. There's so many people in the world that are anxious. I mean, it's normal. We've never experienced this in our lifetime, so it's something new. It can be scary. Everybody feels a different way. So I'd say don't watch the news that often. You should watch it because you have to keep up to date with especially what's going on in your home country. And if you feel that there's too much stuff on social media about it, just put your cell phone away. Don't use your computer for a while, and make sure to follow your government and the CDC's procedures. Wash your hands often, especially if you go out. You can sing happy birthday, or you can sing a Bauhaus song or the Sisters of Mercy, anything, that's 20 seconds. You should always maintain social distance, and for the love of God, if you do not need to leave your home for food or medicine, then just stay home. Stay home. That's how you're going to help stop the spread of the virus. I've learned that this episode has helped all of us become closer to our families, and it's also making the world come together. As humans, we are destructive, and this really teaches us a lesson that we should have known all along. I believe that after this is over, the world will be a much better place. However, it is a shame that so many lives have been lost and will be lost. And I pray for the safety of you guys and your loved ones as well. And this is a really difficult time, but we'll get through this as long as we follow the rules. Just stay home, be safe. If you have to work from home, work from home. Sure, you could get bored at home, but start reading books, paint, draw, sing, clean. A lot of people are cleaning a lot. Just, just think of it as your safe place. It's your sanctuary. You don't want to be out there getting the virus and then passing it on to your loved ones. It's not worth it.
Hello, everyone. This is fashion designer Purushu Arie from Chennai in India. I make a living through bespoke clothing orders and other freelance work, mostly related to fashion and arts. So right now I'm quarantined at my home as I shoot this video. My family is here. I'm definitely among the more lucky and privileged people, considering there are so many homeless people, migrant laborers who are stranded on the streets at this very hour. Just happens that our tenant who lives in the floor right below ours, he actually runs a local grocery store, which means so far at least we haven't had much problem with basic essentials at least. Yes, there have been restrictions, particularly with the timing. The shop in the neighborhood is open from morning to afternoon, so whatever supply people need to get, they need to get it right within that hours. And people have been following strict social distancing protocols as well. Even at the shop, there have been markings made for people to stand specific distance. As someone who has the knowledge of stitching, made facial masks in the first week of the quarantine. I made up to some 20 to 30 facial masks, which I distributed to children and old people in my neighborhood. Unfortunately, the fabric ran out. I picked up stargazing as another hobby. I would head to the terrace, and in evenings it's mostly Venus, and I see constellations like Orion and Gemini. And I've actually stayed up till like even 4 a.m. in the morning, trying to get a glimpse of Jupiter, Mars, Sagittarius, and so on. Other than that, I've been following up with my other friends, mostly through social media, seeing what they are up to. And I watched some movies. I do have some pending work, some illustration assignments, stitching work. Unfortunately, the quarantine, apart from being annoying to mental health, it did make me a bit lazy. Hopefully, I'll get myself to finish off those work. This whole episode of coronavirus pandemic, it has had very, very, very bad impact on the work culture of independent artists or freelancers. A lot of us have had projects being postponed. That's something that's been cancelled, which means the payments again are gonna be postponed or cancelled. When I think about the utility bills or the bank installments that are waiting, it leaves me in jitters. But again, right now the immediate priority is to just survive, get out of this pandemic. I know there's gonna be a lot of chaos even once this is over, particularly with respect to the economy. The government of India has luckily announced relaxations of bank EMI repayment, at least for the next 2 or 3 months. Apart from that, there have been other measures from the government of India itself. The entire country is under a strict lockdown with a lot of rules and regulations to abide by if you need to step outside the home, which is really necessary. So the government of India has announced a complete shutdown or lockdown for 21 days. Our roads are deserted. The schools have been declared holidays. Most office spaces don't function. There are only very few select shops like pharmacies or shops that sell essentials like food grains and vegetables and so on, which are open, apart from hospitals, of course. However, India is also a country with a lot of migrant laborers. There are laborers who have migrated from a lot of villages who work in these big cities, who work in the metropolitan cities. So once this lockdown was announced with no prior time for preparation, a lot of these people actually started walking to their hometowns, which are like several hundreds kilometers away. and some 20 people so far have 20, more than 20 actually, so have so far died due to walking a long distance without food and other necessary amenities. So clearly, it's the poor and lower middle class people who are suffering the most from this pandemic. I remember reading in news where one man said, "We may probably die out of hunger before Corona kills us." Always be really grateful to your privilege, and if possible, go use your privilege to help others and be united, because that's the only way we are gonna come out of this global pandemic. Another serious problem in India, at least, is a lot of unscientific, pseudoscientific nonsense that's being peddled as science. People have been spreading unscientific methods to cure the virus, and all such false information is really problematic in time of a global pandemic like what's happening right now. So please do not peddle such false news. Listen to what the doctor says. Don't act the doctor if you aren't one.
Once again, thanks to absolutely everyone that made this video possible. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you hit the bell button, you can get notified when the next episode becomes available. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, wash your hands, and bye-bye!